Hello. In today's class, I'll be teaching you how to do some basic arithmetic using Microsoft Excel. So let's jump in to Microsoft Excel. Now, in this class, I'll be using a sample for daily sales of a particular business in order to show us how to do some basic arithmetic. Basic arithmetics like multiplication, addition, subtraction, division, and all the rest. So this is what I'll be showing you today in this class. So I'll be using a sample for daily sales report of a particular business. In this daily sales report, this business has items or the product the business is selling, and the products are items from item A down to item J. And this is the quantity sold for that particular business on a particular day. So here is showing that item A was 15 number of the items of item A was sold, 40 of them was sold for item B down to item J. Item J, here we have that 10 of the products was sold on that particular day. And on this column, which is the price per unit, this is the price for each of these products being sold. Item A costs $30, item B $20, item C $10, and item D $35 down to item J. So what we'll be doing here today is to show you how you can use Excel to generate the total amount sold for this particular product or for this business in a particular day. So to do that, the next one is the amount, which is the total amount sold for that product. And let's say this product also have that's the product is being charged, tax rate is being charged on this product. We also add that so as to be able to get the total amount the product will cost in the market when the buyers or the customers come to buy. So in order to get this amount, the amount of item A being sold is by multiplying the quantity sold by the price per unit. What did I say? I said by multiplying the quantity sold by the price per unit. Here are some of the tags which have been written down already. For the tags, in order to get the amount here, we are going to multiply quantity sold by the price. And to do that in Excel, you click on the cell where you want to get this. Each of these cell here, each of these boxes is being called a cell. Each of these boxes here, we call them a cell, and each of these cells has a cell name. They have their own name. In this cell here, if you trace this up here, you will find out that it is under the column of E. And when you trace this same cell down to this side, which is the row side, you find out that it is on the row of 6. So automatically, the name of this cell is cell E6. And you will also find the value of the name of this cell written here in this name box. So if I want to get the value of this cell, when I click on the cell, I will automatically get that, which is K12 on this particular place. I will get the value of this cell, which is K12. And for me to also confirm, you find out that this is under the column K and this is under the column under the row 12. So in order to get this value here, you click on the cell, double click on the cell, the cursor for you to be able to type will come out. So what we do in writing any formula in Excel, you must start by using the equality sign. So you say equals, what do you want to multiply? You want to multiply quantity sold by the price per unit. And which of the quantity do we want to multiply? For the item A, the quantity sold here is 15. And what is the cell name of 15? The cell name, when you click on that, you find out it will tell you that it will bring out the cell name, which is C6. So you can also decide to type it by yourself that you are looking for. The cell name here is C and on the row side is 6. So you can say C6. What do we want to do? We want to multiply it with the price per unit. And in this case, the price per unit here is $30. And what are we multiplying? We will multiply using the cell name. Like I said we multiply using the cell name. So in order to get the multiplication sign on my laptop, on my laptop keyboard, when you press Shift 8, it will give you this asterisk sign. That is what we use to multiply in Excel. So we say equals C6 times or multiplied by, what is the cell name of price per unit in this case? It is, if you trace it in this side, you find out that it is under D, and when you trace it on the row side, it is under 6. So we say C6 times or multiplied by D6. And when we do that, we hit the enter key. Automatically, this will be multiplied, and the answer is 450. You can also use your calculator to confirm if that is the correct answer. So let's say you have a long list of this. Excel has made it very easy for us to be able to, since we already have a formula on a particular cell, we can drag down so that we can be able to get the value of other items or other values that we need on that particular column or row, as the case may be. So in this case, we are not going to start typing these formulas again one after the other for each of these products. We can easily go to this, take your cursor, the cursor of your mouse, to the edge of this cell. It will change to this kind of cross sign. Then you click and hold and drag down. Automatically, this will multiply all the results required. That is multiplying the quantity sold by the price per unit. Excel made it very easy so that you can be able to, when we get the formula for the first one, we don't need to start writing the formula for other ones. We can easily drag down so as to get the value of the other products. So if you also click on those cells, you find out that the formula is written here. C7 times D7, which is this and that, multiplying this and this. If you click on this, you also see the formula. Let's say if you click on any of these, you also see the formula used in getting the, in this case, this is C11 multiplied by D11. That is that. So let's assume that each of these commodities, that they are being taxed, and the tax rate for each of these commodities or items is, let's say, 15%. Let's say it's 15%. Let's say some of these products are being taxed. Let's say this one is not taxed. This is taxed 15%. This is not. So let's say the rest of these products have been taxed. So this is the tax rate. So for each of these products. So for us to be able to get the value of the tax itself, this is the percentage of the tax rate in percentage. And for us to get the value in amount, what we need to do to get the tax, you look at this, to get the tax, what you do is multiply the amount by the tax rate. So as to get the value of this, multiply the amount by the tax rate. This will give us the monetary value of the tax rate in dollars. So to multiply this, we'll use, like I said, anytime you want to write a formula in Microsoft Excel, use equality sign. And equality sign, what do you want to multiply? You want to multiply the amount here, which is $450. You want to multiply it with the tax rate. In this case, the tax rate is 15%. And what we normally use is not the numbers on the cells, we use the cell name. And in this case, if I click on this and on this, the cell name for $450 is E6. You can also confirm that when you take your cursor down up the column, you see that you have E, and when you take it down to the row, you find that you have 6. So we say E6 multiply by, what do you want to multiply it with? The tax rate. In this case, 15% here is F6. So when we do that, you press your enter key on your keyboard. So this will automatically generate the value of the tax in dollars for you. For us not to start writing these formulas again, we can also decide to do that. Let's say equal sign. We want to multiply this. In this case, we have E7 multiplied by F7. When we press enter, it will give us the value of the tax rate. So for us not to start writing these formulas one after the other, we can decide to drag it from here. When the cursor comes out in this form, you can decide to drag it down for you to get the remaining values. So look at the one we have where the tax rate is 0%. You find that when you multiply this and this, you're also going to get 0. So the total amount which is going to cost for these items, for you to sell them, the total amount it will cost is by adding the total amount equals to the amount plus tax. The total amount equals amount plus tax. So how do you do that? We want to get the value here. The total amount plus the tax. That is adding this with this. That will give us the total amount each of these items will cost while selling them, because when you multiply this with this, it will give us this value, and each of these products are being taxed at 15%, and the value for 15% of these products in this case is $67.5. So in order to get the total amount it will cost for this product, we need to add the total amount plus the tax rate. And to do that, when you click on the total amount, on the column for total amount on them for item A, when you click on that, you say equals, to add, we say sum. Say sum, open bracket. What do we want to add? We want to add this 450 and that. So what is the column here? The cell name here. The cell name here is when we click on that, it's C6. But in this situation, since these numbers are not together, we will use comma. But if they are together, we are going to use colon sign to be able to add. But in this case, these numbers are not together, they are separately, they are not close to each other. So we say E6, comma, which other one do we want to add? We want to add it to the tax. That is the amount plus the tax. That is equals sum. Sum is something as addition. Open bracket. We want to add this E6, comma, for G6. Then we close the bracket and press enter. So automatically these have added that. You can also confirm that using your calculator. That is 450 plus 67.50 to give us $518. So in order to confirm or to understand what you have done, you can also decide to practice again and say equals sum, open bracket. In this case, we are adding that is E6 comma, which other one do we want to add it to? We are adding the amount to the tax, E6, comma, G7. And when we close the brackets, we press enter. So for you to get the other values, you now drag down, it will give you the values. So this is the amount that these products or these items A to J, are being sold to the customers. So at the end of the day, because this is the daily sales report, we want to get the total amount, the total sales made on a particular day. The total sales made on a particular day. This is the total sales for each of the products or items. Each of them, this is their total sale. But for us to get the total sale for the whole day, we need to add this total amount together. That is from $518 down to $805. To do that, you can decide to get the total sales for the day. The total sales, total sales. Total sales. Where do we want to get that? We want to do the calculation over here. That is under the total amount. So when we add all that, we'll be able to get this. So to do that, we say equals sum, open bracket. What is the cell name for this? The cell name is H6. That is H6. We are adding these all the numbers on this column down. So since these numbers are together, they are not separate. We are not jumping any of the numbers here. We are going to use colon sign. Colon. We click on the last number, which is 805, and the cell name for 805 $805 is H15. Also confirm when you check this other end. So you close the bracket and hit your enter key. So $9,014 is the total sales made for that particular day. So we can decide to make this a table, an official table, because as it stands, this is not an official table. You can decide to make it an official table. Let's say we highlight all this and we go to format sales, format as table. We can decide to choose any of these tables that we desire to in order to make this a proper table, proper sales report. So when we click on that selected one, we say OK. Automatically this becomes a table. And this is how to be able to calculate or do simple arithmetic using Microsoft Excel. Thank you.